This video is the second part of my review of The Age of Scorpius by Audra Winter, where I analyze the misogyny present in the text of the book. I've added a link on the screen and in the description for the first part of the review and for the structure that I'm following with these videos. Avia. Avia only exists to be bullied. I know a lot of people hate her because she almost outed her family after the ceremony, but I won't comment on that because the text is so fucking badly written that I can barely follow what's happening, and this is Audra Winter's fault, not Avia's. As proof of this, I will direct you to the part where Rowan speaks to Avia, but Rika responds. When Avia and I were close to finished, Dad approached us with a warm smile. He placed his hand on Avia's shoulder. Rowan. Avia, you can stay with me if you want to. Avia gave him a look. Never in a million years would Avia go to Autarian territory with the Cancer water mages. Not to mention, she had a thing against Pisces and a vendetta against Sagittarius for making her job difficult by being where they weren't supposed to be. I will be okay, I said. I'm traveling to the exchange center to inquire about a room as I work for them. Avia and I will meet in the hub later in the week. Chapter 3. So no, Avia did nothing wrong. Moving on. The most competent person around. Why are we ignoring her? No, seriously. Avia is a skilled, competent fighter, and this is apparently the only reason Rowan wanted her to accompany Rika and Chase in their journey. We were at a standstill. Avia was the only person out of the four of us who was functioning, and she took the opportunity. Later on in the same chapter, Avia. The Scorpius Stellarium must have hired the assassin. Chase. She was a terrible hire. None of us expected the other to survive in the woods. It was only a matter of who came to their senses first. Avia. You're welcome. Chapter 9. The narrative, on the other hand, wants Avia on this adventure because the narrative fucking hates her guts. In this next passage, we see that Avia tries to ask a relevant, important question that should be discussed, and she is ignored by everyone. Avia, to Kaia. You're not a socialist, you're an outsider too. Kaia, to Rika. Rika, the girl said to me with a bow of her head. Avia. Okay, now I don't trust you. What's your reasoning for being in Lyra and knowing her name? Kaia hesitated, but instead of speaking to Avia, she once again redirected the conversation to me. Chapter 11. And another example. Avia. Rika, no, wait. We're not moving past that. What the fuck do you mean, the assassin that attacked us? Why do you know her name? You need to explain, right now. Rika. I don't know, Avia. Back off. I don't remember. All I know is that the night we were in Chase's house, I had a nightmare about meeting Nara a few years back in school. I figured I probably forgot about that moment because it was traumatic. Avia. Clearly not if you have a random Autarian that knows your name and knows your assassin's name. Why didn't you tell us that you knew her? That feels like it's significant information. Chase. Avia, stop it. If it was a traumatic nightmare, she had no obligation to tell us about it. Chapter 11. And one more. Kaia. Oh, I've always believed. Avia. I still don't know about it. Rika. What other explanation do you have for immortality being real? How would you explain the Calexis' existence in the first place without divine intervention? If immortality is real, the gods have to be. Avia. I don't know. I feel like we're missing something. You tend to question everything, Rika. Chapter 19. In another example, Rika ran away from the group and is suffering a justified nervous breakdown after she thinks she hurt Chase by mistake. Chase and Kaia go after her while leaving Avia behind. Because why? Chase. We figured Avia might have not been super helpful in this situation. Had to force her to stay back. Chapter 22. So fuck Avia, who really cares about her baby sister. She doesn't get the help. This happens right after Avia rushed to help Chase when Rika attacked him by mistake, which is something that no one seems to remember. But I remember. Chase was immediately knocked to the floor by the energy released from my body. I had changed his sign. Avia lunged forward. She placed 2 fingers on the back of his neck and bent down close to his face to feel if he was breathing. My vision dotted with black spots as I tried to watch Avia. Is he alive? Avia failed to find a pulse on his neck. She leaned her head against his chest and placed 2 fingers on his wrist. His eyes were shut, mouth slightly open as his chest shuddered with an attempt to breathe. Avia finally yanked her head up. He's alive, he's breathing, and has a pulse. Wake up, Avia said, bending over Chase. I can't tell if you're in pain. His head moved, and his lips twitched before he went limp again. Avia threw a leg over him, grabbing his coat to try to wake him up with the intensifying of her temperature. Chase began to recover his consciousness. You're too warm. Get off of me. She moved to the side. Chapter 21. Later, Avia is surprised because Kaia is fluent in an ancient, forgotten language. She speaks up to ask how is that possible, which I think is a completely reasonable question. Sora, a woman the party just met, shushes Avia for no reason. Pause. Avia stopped the conversation. Kaia, why can't you also speak a forgotten language? Hush, Sora scolded Avia, her focus still on Kaia. Chapter 23. But when Chase asks the same question, now the narrative is going to give us an answer. Chase, Kaia, you know Ixil? Kaia, I never learned Ixil. I didn't think I could speak it and I... Chapter 23. In the next page, we realize that Kaia also has an archpower. Avia laments that she feels left out, and somehow this is a moral failure. Yeah, I feel left out, Avia grumbled. I rolled my eyes at her. Chapter 23. When Avia doesn't want to leave her baby sister alone with the known assassin, she is in the wrong for some reason. Rika, maybe you guys should leave for a bit to give Nara some space to process what she's going through. Avia, what if she attacks you while the rest of us are gone? Kaia, and you're accusing Rika of trust issues? Chapter 35. At this point, Avia is just fed up with everything. And somehow, this turns everyone against her. Avia. To review, Nara is Chase's sister. Their parents are Sora and Silas. Their uncle is Atlas. I do not feel personally involved in this mess that is the Merricks. We have the Calexes now, and somehow Rika's assassin, ex-girlfriend, is in the same house as we are. I was done with getting pushed around by her. Rika, what about it? Avia, now that she's with us, I'll say that I'm a little pissed that you didn't tell me when we were younger. How long have you known her? Rika, since we were 13, and I don't know, maybe it makes a little of sense to hide a relationship that could have killed me when you run your mouth? Avia, I could have helped to protect you if you would just trust me for once in your life. Kaia, that's it. I'm done with you. I know you're not using her trauma to guilt her into thinking you could have saved her. Don't you dare hold this over her head because you want to be perceived as stronger than her. Avia, excuse me? She's my sister, and you have no idea what it was like growing up with the threat of the Scorpio Stellarium. I could have protected her better if I had known that she was more at risk to the code. I would have helped to prevent this if she had trusted me more. Kaia, so your protection of your own sister is conditional based upon how much she trusts you? Rika, Avia, do me a favor and think about why I didn't tell you about this. I met her gaze. A look of surprise spread across her face. I've already seen Nera sacrifice everything to protect me, so I'm giving you the warning now that I'm not going to tolerate it if I see you try to push her around because you feel threatened by her presence. Kaia gave me a satisfied nod before sitting back down. Kaia, good for you. Chapter 37. Now, remember that after the ceremony, Avia almost told on her family's living situation in front of other people? The scene that I said I wouldn't mention because it was so badly written that I could barely tell what was happening? Why do I get the feeling that that scene was so badly written because it was retroactively inserted on the fly to justify why Rika doesn't trust Avia? Nowhere else in the book does it say that Avia loves to gossip or that spilling her family's secrets is a habit of hers. This isn't Peregrine Took being a well-known blabbermouth who can't be trusted with any information because the second he gets, he'll be telling anyone who would hear him about his cousin Frodo at the Prancing Pony or touching the Palantir when he knows he shouldn't. Are we forgetting that Rowan also almost spilled the beans in the ceremony scene? If you don't know or don't remember, no one can know that Rowan, whose sign is Cancer, is married to the Nameless Mother, a Scorpio. In the ceremony scene, they lie and say that Rowan is a co-worker of the Nameless Mother so he can attend. I'll put it in the screen again where I already showed where Rowan asks Avia if she wants to live with him in Otarian territory. A question that he asks in public, in front of other people. Wouldn't people find it a little bit weird that a co-worker of Avia's mom is offering Avia to live with him? Doesn't this sound like an incredibly weird arrangement to you? Because to me, it feels like he got dangerously close to reveal the family secret in front of everyone. I can't believe that I just found another scene of Rowan doing exactly the same thing as another woman in Rika's family, but his misdeeds are never addressed. But the other woman in question is vilified for exactly the same. I found this while editing the video. I can't believe this. Also, I don't know about any other families, but Kaia inserting herself into this situation wouldn't fly in my household. I don't know what gives Kaia the right to insert herself in a delicate family situation like this. Oh wait, I actually do know. More on that later. Things that everyone does, but when Avia does it, it's a moral failure on her part. Number 1. For some fucking reason, Avia sleeping is also a fucking issue. Even though Rika falls asleep all the time. Sometimes it feels like Rika is awake for like 3 or 4 hours and there are bare minimum 6 dream memories. But fuck Avia for sleeping. Maybe if you didn't sleep like a rock, you would have heard me sneak out at 3 a.m. Chapter 2. Chase paused to nudge Avia. You, wake up. Avia, what the hell do you want? Chase, wake up. We need to leave before your sister loses her mind. Avia, what are you talking about? She lost it a long time ago. I rolled my eyes. Chapter 18. Kaia, Avia is out cold and did not wake up despite any of this. Chapter 24. By the time we found Avia in the village, who had been taking a nap at the house the entire time, we had searched a good portion of Rika for her. Chapter 34. Number 2. Can someone tell me why is sunbathing such a fucking problem? Avia's not doing anything else otherwise. At least you're making an effort to learn, Kaia said, looking over at Avia, who was uselessly basking in the sun. Chapter 15. Number 3. Did Chase just ask Avia to stay in the fucking kitchen? Chase. Avia, could you stay and make dinner so Rika and I can talk about this? Chapter 26. They are guests in this town. The immortals are cooking dinner for them. Number 4. During this entire book, No one has talked about what they're going to do when they find proof that the Scorpio code is not a divine mandate. Rika, the historian in the group, the reason we're doing all of this shit, doesn't even think about it. But it's Avia who gets shamed for it, even though Rika can't answer either. Sora, talk us through what your plan is once you return to the hub. Avia, rewrite history. Get rid of the Scorpio code. Atlas, who do you plan to show the scroll and the Calexis to? Avia, that's a good question. Atlas, great. Mission accomplished. Next. I search for words. Chapter 38. Closing thoughts on Avia. Avia can be curt and insulting at times. I won't deny that. But after reading the entire thing twice, she overall reads as the voice of reason who no one wants to hear, as an older sister who genuinely cares about her little sister. Avia, the Aries guy I was in a relationship with last year, he was so pretty. Rika, he really wasn't that pretty. Avia, okay Rika, I can't think of a single time you've agreed with me about a man being attractive. I don't trust your word. Rika, probably because I'm not attracted to them. Avia, what? That was the first time you've admitted that so confidently. Rika, I have my reasons. Avia, reasons related to the way you keep staring at someone who wants to kill you? Rika, I don't think she actually wants to kill me. Did you hear any part of the conversation that Kaia and I had last night on the beach? Avia, no. If you wanted to explain anything though, I'll listen. Rika, I smile. I do actually. Chapter 19. Avia practically tackled me. Avia, I'm so glad you're alive. To Chase, you almost got her killed. Chase, I am aware. Chapter 30. The thing is, Avia also has her own emotional hangups. It's clear to me that she was never taught how to deal with emotions by any other means other than roughness. Avia, she is my sister. I know what she can handle when I'm teasing her. You don't have a sister. Being a little mean is part of the requirements. Makes her more tough. Chapter 15. Avia sat, focused on her fire. She scooched closer to me. Avia, I hate vulnerability. For the first time, I saw my sister cry. Guilt struck me, and I immediately swallowed my words. Chapter 19. I honestly hope that Audra doesn't have an older sister. I'm not even joking. Kaia. Kaia is here to do 3 things. Number 1, doing cool water magic shit and have an arch power. This is self-explanatory, so I won't get into it. 2, bully Avia. And 3, become a new, better mom for Rika. 2 and 3 go hand in hand, so let me explain. At first, Kaia starts kinda cool. She wants vengeance for her brother's death, she hates the government, teaches Chase how to steer a boat, and does cool water bending stuff. All good so far. I mean, she did kind of ignore Avia when she first met the group, but Avia was being a little aggressive, and I kinda see Kaia's point of view. She also maybe enjoyed it a little bit when Avia got scolded by Chase. Chase, about Avia. She's tired. Avia, I am not. Chase, your hands are trembling. You're most definitely tired. Chase reached forward, grabbing Avia's arms and spinning her around. Chase, this was the only way to get you to stop. We all have weaknesses, including you. You need to rest. Avia, who usually stepped all over him, needed a dose of her own medicine. Kaia leaned over to me. She was read like a book. Chapter 19. But we have all kind of enjoyed it when someone who was being stubborn got schooled, right? Being a little catty is not that big of a sin here. But a pattern starts to form quickly. Rika, who is the author of the scroll we have? Avia groaned. Rika, let her speak. Kaia snapped. Chapter 19. Almost out of nowhere, she becomes Rika's surrogate mom in chapters 21 and 22. Rika attacked Chase by mistake. Kaia, Rika, this isn't your fault. You don't know how to control it. Kaia hurried over to me, placing a hand on my shoulder. Chapter 21. All of the next quotes are from the same chapter. Just a warning. Kaia kneeled, her hands on my shoulders as she shook me awake. Hey, you. Kaia explained. We made Avia stay back so she couldn't be loud and interrupt you. I can leave too, if you want to be alone with Chase. Of course. Kaia stretched her arms out. You don't need to thank us. We were worried about you. None of this was your fault, really. That's why we're here. You don't need to be alone, Kaia reassured me. We're going to stay right here in this tunnel with you for the rest of the day, or as long as you want us here. If we need to go sign by sign, we can do that. No obligations, no pressure. It's just us and the cave. You can't blame yourself for what happened, Kaia said. I obviously don't know the extent of it all, but it sounds like there is absolutely nothing that you did to warrant the pain that the Stellarium put you through. We are right here for you, Rika, Kaia reassured me. Look at me. Breathe slowly, she said loudly as the ringing in my ears amplified. You've got this, I promise. I smiled at Chase and Kaia, and there I found my fear slowly slipping into the dark. The fear of my own self, because as much as I feared myself, Chase and Kaia didn't fear me. Chapter 22. I woke up with a gasp. A sharp pain struck my shoulder. Kaia sat up at the exact same moment as I did. Are you alright? Holy shit, I just felt your fear, and it woke me up. Kaia urgently peeled her blanket away. She stumbled to her feet, holding her hand to her chest. Kaia reached forward to wipe a tear off my cheek. Rika, I feel like I'm going insane. Kaia, I promise you are not. That's just what you've been told all your life. Kaia comforted Rika. About Avia. She's not awake. Kaia read my mind, placing a hand on my shoulder. Don't listen to your sister when she says those things about you. She needs to watch her words more. Chase. That's what Aries does. They rip into each other to make themselves stronger. Rika. She's been trained to react with aggression and anger. I know she doesn't mean it though. It's her way of communication. Kaia sighed at the way I defended her. Kaia, this can stay between the three of us. If we know she'll just antagonize you about Nara, then she doesn't need to know the full story. Don't let your sister step all over you or try to tell you that she deserves to know these things about you. Chapter 24. Closing thoughts on Kaia. Whereas the nameless mother only exists to be a source of trauma for Rika via her constant chastising and disappointment in flashbacks, Kaia only exists to be a surrogate mother to Rika via comforting and giving permission to Rika to express herself, which the prose expresses as being a bully at anything Avia does. Sadly, there isn't a lot to comment on. Kaia started with a cool big sister vibe that I enjoyed somewhat, but she made a hard pivot to surrogate mother, and for the rest of the book, that's the entire extent of her character. Kaia is the only person of color in the entire book, and I'm baffled at how bad her character is handled. I am Latin, or Hispanic if you will, and I don't think I can comment more on that, but it feels weird. I will say that Kaia's hard pivot into having a completely different personality feels a lot like Chase's personality change, where he started as an absolute prick to I am such an emotionally available boy. But this video is not here to talk about Chase at all. Final thoughts. I was first offended by Audra Winter's prose in general. I like to consider myself a creative, and Audra Winter's hubris in publishing her book in such a state is honestly insulting to everyone who dreams of their creative work to be seen by other people but lack the confidence to make it public. But when I kept reading the book, I was offended as a woman, for the reasons I described previously. The misogyny in this book is really perplexing, and I don't know if Audra Winter meant any of it. I really hope she didn't, and I hope, from the bottom of my heart, that she finds it in herself what happened here and how, so she can get rid of it. Strangely, for a book marketed on female rage, the only female rage I found was my own. I want to clarify that I didn't make this video to offend Audra Winter or anything, as she will probably never see this. I think this video is solely for me. I kept stewing on this topic for weeks until I was finally able to put my thoughts into words, and I thought of sharing my thoughts with other people who might have not realized about all the things I've mentioned. Paradoxically, I also have to give my most profound thanks to Audra Winter. By publishing this book, she's given me the confidence to finally get back into creative writing after more than 23 years of not writing anything. I was so upset by this book and how so many characters got done dirty that I started writing a spitefic/fixfic of the Age of Scorpius, and I even put it on the internet for people to read it. I even made a YouTube video essay. How insane is that? 2 months ago, I would have never had the confidence to do any of this, ever. And that's all thanks to Audra. In the words of the immortal Alan Moore, as a prospective writer, I urge you to not only read good books, read terrible books as well, because they can be more inspiring than the good books. If you're inspired by a good book, there's always the danger of plagiarism, of doing something that is too much like that good book. Whereas a genuinely helpful reaction to a piece of work that you are reading is, Jesus Christ, I could write this shit. That is immensely liberating. To find someone who is published who is doing much, much worse than you. And by analyzing why they're doing so badly, this will immensely help your own style. You will find out all the mistakes not to make. Why did this story offend me so much? Analyze that. Find out what you didn't like. Find out all the examples of clumsiness, of bad thinking that spoiled the story for you. That will probably be a lot more helpful to your career as a writer. So, like I mentioned before, I am writing a spitefic/fixfic about this book. It's on AO3, where I only post new chapters, and looking back, the early chapters needed more work, but I still stand by them. I do feel my writing has been getting better as I keep doing this. I don't have a schedule or anything, but I try for at least a chapter per week, since that gives me time to stew on my writing and to find mistakes I didn't catch while writing or while revising. There should be a link on the screen right now, and the link is also in the description. I also publish the same chapters on my Tumblr, but I also post many of my opinions on Age of Scorpius there. The link should be on the screen, and it's also in the description. There is a much early and underdeveloped written version of this video there, which I used to make this script. If you want, or if you have the time, I would really like it if you could read my spyfic. I appreciate any kind of critique, positive, neutral, negative, as long as it's constructive. Other than AO3, Tumblr, and this YouTube. I don't have any other social media. Also, I really hope that the first part of the video regarding Rika and Avia's mother comes across as respectful. If I failed to do so, please let me know, because I would deserve to get eviscerated in the comments if I did in fact fail to be responsible while analyzing this topic. Now that my self-plug is over, I would like to recommend other people who made much better content about Age of Scorpius than I did. I would like to say that I tried to make sure I got everyone's pronouns right, and I am so sorry if I made any mistakes here. Everyone go and subscribe to Joey Black right now. They made a couple of videos regarding this drama, but they're currently releasing videos about ancient magic, which is a topic they are very well informed in, and that I didn't even know existed before they mentioned it. I am legitimately learning so much from this channel. Both of Reads with Rachel videos on this book are very entertaining. I completely agreed with the fact that I had never taken so much psychic damage from a book before. I 100% relate. The queer reader also briefly mentioned the essay in the book, and he also seems to have taken a lot of psychic damage from it. He reads part of the books in his videos, and they're really fun to watch. Maya Reviews also mentions the essay in their reviews, and I can also feel the descent into madness while reading them. Book lover Laura has been covering the drama consistently. Her Britt Andrews playlist is also well worth a watch. Meredith Novako has also been meticulously following the drama, and her videos are insanely well researched. Caleb Joseph actually bought the special edition of Age of Scorpius, and he does a quick unboxing on his video, and I think he's the only person I've seen so far who got the special edition. He also talks about the AI drama that I hadn't even been aware of before I watched his video. Bald Book Geek made a video comparing the Zodiac Turner with Age of Scorpius, and if you're like me and you've been trying to find a copy of the Zodiac Turner, but you haven't been able to, this video is invaluable. Nimisphere/Friendly Neighborhood Artist also has very in-depth videos regarding the drama and the world building of the book that covers things that I didn't even think of while reading the book. I will close off this video with a list of minor stupid things from the book that annoy me. Why can Nara do anything she wants? I won't elaborate, but she can do literally everything, and I stopped trying to make sense of it early on, or I wouldn't have been able to finish the book. If all the Zodiac Turners all have heterochromia, then why is it that the government doesn't immediately kill all Scorpio babies born with heterochromia? What the fuck happened to Rowan? How does he know all of the immortal people? He never explains literally anything, and he just disappears from the plot altogether. Why do the people in the secluded immortal town have shops, restaurants, and businesses? Where is the revenue stream coming from? In order to keep businesses going, you normally have to trade with other places. Where are their goods coming from? Where are the raw materials coming from? Where is the coffee being produced? There is a cafe in the hub. Where is the coffee growing? According to this TikTok screenshot, this is supposed to be the post-apocalypse in the US East Coast. Where is the coffee coming from? Remember in Avatar The Last Airbender when Uncle Iroh is a firebender who studied waterbending and used that to come up with lightning bending? Remember when Nara is a water fire sign who can do lightning magic? Fuck you. I lost 2 hours trying to understand the info dump that was chapter 25. I tried to take mental notes and I physically couldn't. I wasted so much time making a flowchart of this on paper. This was not fucking a brilliant presentation of history. Oh my god. But anyway, that is literally everything that I had. Don't feel the need to subscribe to me or anything. This is never gonna happen again. Writing, recording, and editing this absolutely drained me. This is never gonna happen again. If anything, bookmark my AO3 page, I guess, if you care. Or my Tumblr. You don't bookmark Tumblrs, you follow Tumblrs. Follow my Tumblr, I guess, if you want to read my spitefic as well, and reading my thoughts on this drama as well. But yeah, anyway, this is all I got. Thank you for enduring this.